coming to you live from Manchester. Hey guys, this is Grey from GreyDynasty. How are you guys? I hope you're doing great. I'm doing amazing. We've been here since yesterday and we're not leaving until tomorrow. So I had the opportunity to spend all day in Manchester, walk around, see the city. It's been an amazing day. The hotel we're staying at is right in the city centre, so you just walk right out to shops, to the restaurants, and it's been awesome. I've also had a chance to see some historical sites, so that's been a very enriching experience. I think the last time I was in Manchester was years ago. I really can't remember, and I didn't see much of it, so this has been a wonderful opportunity to get to see the area, and it's beautiful. It's a beautiful city. So today, what topic are we going to talk about? Well, I have been thinking about the issue of why we do what we do, and I think I've mentioned it in a previous video where I said you've got to know your why, and I think I was talking about just starting, just begin, and I wanted to kind of go deeper into the issue of why, because it really finally ends up determining what level of success we attain or whether we flounder and fall by the wayside. So the idea of knowing your why really signifies deciding your life's purpose. It really means analyzing, why am I doing what I'm doing? What is the reason that this is what I've chosen to do with my life? And I'll ping off to the previous topic I had about the passion myth and the idea that you're supposed to know what you're supposed to do with your life somehow, magically, automatically. And in that video, I think I explained that very few of us know what we want to do, and really that clarity will come when you just, start with something, and if you decide you don't like it, you'll do something else. But eventually it's going to say, this is what I want to do with my life for now or for the remainder of my life, be it as it may for each person individually. So if you decide that this is what I want to do with my life, for you, as for me, as for everybody, you have to know why. Why have I chosen to make this my life's work? Why have I chosen to make this my life's purpose? If you can answer that question, you're actually on the right track to accomplishing whatever it is you want to accomplish. You might be aware of this gentleman called Simon Sinek. He gave a TED talk on the issue of why, and it's quite informative. I hope you get a chance to actually click on the link. I'll leave it in the description box below and go to listen to that TED talk, because this video clip today is really based on what he said. He's even written a book about the topic of knowing your why, though it's geared towards companies and executives to kind of know why their company does what they do. This is also relevant to us as individuals in our lives, to know why we do what we do, especially that we're living in times where everybody is sort of their personal brand. At least that's where marketing is headed towards. So it's important to know what you stand for and why you stand for that. Now, us as individuals, that could apply as well. What is your why? What is my why? If you can answer the issue of why you're doing what you're doing, it keeps you going when you would otherwise quit. It keeps you going when you would otherwise stop. It keeps you going when you would otherwise say, you know what, there's just no purpose to my existence. There's no reason I'm doing what I'm doing. I don't see what I'm impacting in this life. So for instance, as an individual, you could say, for me, my why is that I want to leave a better planet for my progeny. I'd like to leave a better planet for my children and my children's children. That could be a why. Once you clarify that for yourself, it segues into the second point, where your why should then inform your how. Your why informs your how, because once you know why you want to dedicate your life to this cause, then you start to figure out how you're going to go about doing it. You start to figure out how you're going to go about achieving that why. Say, for instance, you're an artist and you're thinking, my goal is to leave a brighter world for my children, a brighter world after my time on earth. And then you decide, how am I going to achieve that? You probably say by inspiring people to create beautiful things. to create bright things, beautiful things that actually beautify the earth, because that's my life's why. I want to leave behind a beautiful earth beyond my time. So once you decide that this is how I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it by creating beautiful art. I'm going to do it by creating bright things to brighten up the earth. When you decide that, then you kind of know that now pings off into, okay, which is the third point. What am I going to create? And that's usually the easiest thing to know. We kind of know what we're doing, but it's very difficult to say why. If you're woke, then you're fully aware why you're doing what you're doing. And if you don't find a why, you'll most likely walk away from that and do something else that you can find your why to. So for an artist, for instance, the what would be through painting, through arts and crafts. It would be through music, through theater productions. It could be through quite a number of things. That's your what. So most of us, as we go through life, the majority of us, we're actually working with what, which is sort of backwards, because there is very little follow through, precisely because we don't know why we're doing majority of what we're doing. We know what we're doing, we just don't know why we're doing it. If we can all learn to back engineer our lives and figure out why, we would actually be able to hold on. We'd actually be able to press on even when times get tough. Press on to the end because we know the reason we're doing what we're doing. We would not procrastinate, and we would actually move ahead with the plans that we have, and we would attain them and achieve them. So once we know what we want to do, then it's time to put a structure around it. Put a structure around how you're going to do what you've decided to do. And this is mainly because willpower will only get you so far. Willpower will rarely get you all the way. Willpower is very finicky. Human beings are finicky. And if you say, I'll just feel like doing it, you're most likely not going to do it. You skip one day, you skip the second day, and it's like, oh, what the heck, I can skip the third day. It doesn't really make a big difference. And then slowly you start floundering, and before you know it, you actually quit. So you have to put a structure around what you want to do. That way you can achieve it. Whether that structure is a company, whether that structure is a support system, an organization, whatever that structure is, put it in place. Whether it's a schedule, a timetable that you hold yourself rigorously to, whatever that is, put a structure in place to make sure that the what gets done, so it can fit into your why, the very reason for your existence, so you can actually achieve success. When you have a structure around it, it actually makes sense. Even when you're going through times of doubt and you're looking at the opportunity cost. Opportunity cost is an economic term we use to really explain the loss of other alternatives when one alternative is chosen. And when you actually analyze that and you realize that everything makes sense when you know why you're doing what you're doing, everything, the universe converges to actually push you forward, to help you achieve your life's purpose, to help you get to whatever it is you're trying to get to. And lastly, knowing your why actually enables you to keep moving forward. We've got people that are so dedicated to their craft, and that's mainly because they know what they're trying to achieve. We have the Olympics going on right now, and we can see that on full display. We've got these Olympians winning gold medals, and this is because they've determined their why they're doing what they're doing, and how they're going to achieve it, and why they want to be the greatest. This is the method they're going to use. This is the game they've chosen to participate in. I'm going to swim. I'm going to do gymnastics. I'm going to do whatever else it is they're doing at the Olympics, to be honest. They have chosen the method, and they know why, and they're hanging in there, and they're bringing on gold, solid gold. So you have to keep doing what you're doing. Sometimes, to be honest, the determinant of whether we succeed or we fail, half the time it comes down to persistence. Did we persevere? Did we hold on? Did we push the boundaries? Did we push ourselves beyond what we thought we could actually take on? That is, at the end, that's what determines that we win, that we don't win. That's what determines that we succeed, that we don't succeed. Because you might give up when you're just a heartbeat from victory. So keep on, keep at it. Once you know your why, you have the energy to keep doing what you're doing, even as doors are slamming around you, even as one door closes, you believe another one will open, just because you keep pushing, because you know your why, you know what you're trying to get to. So I'll give you a Dynasty Dare because it's an exercise I'm also engaging in. The Dynasty Dare for today: write down your why. Sit down, get your journal, get your diary, and just start writing. Why am I on earth? What is my life's purpose? What do I want to achieve? At the end, when my end comes, what is it that I want to have accomplished by that time? Write that down for yourself. Write it down for yourself. It's going to inform so many of your decisions. If you clarify that for yourself, so many other things are going to fall into place. Share in the comment section below what your why is, and I would really love to engage in this discussion and keep the conversation going. I hope this helps somebody out there. I hope you take time to actually watch the original video, and I hope you get a chance to connect with it. For now, I'm just grateful that you watched. I know I've got a very small following because I'm starting out. I talked about small beginnings. It's a time to practice. It's a time to enjoy, relish the obscurity, and that's what I'm doing. The few of you that are with me on this journey right now, take the Dynasty Dare, write for yourself what your why is, figure out how you're going to achieve your why, and then look at what you're going to do to get there, and then put a structure around it so that you make sure that you attain it. Don't depend on your willpower, because that will fail you every single time. That will fail you 9 out of 10 times. So put a structure around it. Share with me what your why is, and then let's keep the conversation going. And guys, just before I sign off, remember, one life. Make it count. Thanks, guys.